Hey lovies, welcome to my channel, Craft Away with May. I'm May. Welcome to my all new subbies. I'm so glad to have you all here with me today. It's the thumbnail show. We are going to be doing some DIY bead themed DIYs using the Dollar Tree cutting boards, and plus I have two bonus DIYs for you guys. And of course, you know, one of those are going to be our Terracotta Teacup. Okay, so we're going to jump right into our first project. So you guys remember Lady LB, right? So I was like, you know what, she needs a family member, right? So we're going to make her cousin Susie B. Okay. So right here, I'm going in with one of these smaller wood rounds that I had in my stash. I think these came from Michael's. Then these are the items I'm going to use. So I didn't want to do all this painting. I had a lot of painting in this video. I've been painting a lot in the last few videos, but I mean, guys, it's nothing special, no special techniques or anything. So I was just showing you guys the colors I was going to use there. As you guys can see, I have a heart right there. Now, I'm trying to pull from my stash. I know we say that same old song and dance every video, but I really am trying to use things from my stash. And so I had this heart left over from Valentine's Day some time ago. And I found it. I was like, okay, these will make perfect wings for Susie B. Okay, so as you can see right here, I'm just outlining things and just kind of getting them together. I used the little painter's tape to create the black and white stripes for her body. Right here, I'm outlining where her little hairline is going to be. And I did that with a Sharpie, and then I'm just painting it in, filling it in with some black paint by FolkArt. So all of this is pretty easy to follow along, right? And once I get all that going, we're going to start assembling here in just a few minutes. So what I also did, I did show you that I took some, I have these like snowman eye stickers because I'm not an artist, okay? And I just cut the eyes out just like I did for Lady LB. So cut the eyes out, like I did a nice little fussy cut on there. Took these little glasses that I got in a pack from Hobby Lobby. I actually need to get some more of those because they've come in handy. I forgot I had them up until I did Lady LB. And I'm like, I gotta use these though. So I did. So anyway, I am just assembling her eyes or lining them up where I think they should go, how they'll look kind of cute in the glasses. And I have to say, guys, she did come out really cute. She's so adorable. I love both of these. I just think they're so cute. It's something that's just really easy to put together, especially if you want just some little fun decorative elements in your space. And I have Lady LB in my office. Cousin gonna go in there too. She's going in there with her cousin. So, so I'm gonna put them both in there, and it's just cute. I like to see it, you know, when I'm looking around in my space. And there she is. I drew on her little mouth. I couldn't find the other little wet bows like I did on Lady LB. I don't know where I put them. They're somewhere around here, but I just drew in the mouth. I took a chance with it, and it came out okay. I could have made it a little bit bigger, but I think overall you still get the gist of it, right? So then I'm taking some of these pipe cleaners. Now guys, I had these in my stash. I knew I had them, and I was like, I looked for them, I couldn't find them, and I was like, okay, go back, take your time, May. And I did find them in the garage under like several totes. But I thought I had some black ones in there and I didn't. So I just went with these yellow ones. And I felt like that was okay since her top of her head right there is black. I was like, you know what? It'll be all right. She can have yellow antennas. It's okay. You know, it's not gonna end the world. It's not gonna change anything. It's just some pipe cleaners. So I was just using my imagination here, right? So once I get them all curled up how I wanted them, I am just situating them, and then I'm going to take some black half beads that I have in my stash, and I'm just going to put those right at the top of the antennas. And I feel like, okay, this is tying this together. Again, it's working. I know it's not ideal, but at the same time, I'm like, it's working, right? Right. All right. So then I had some of these pre-cut wood sticks. They're actually for your garden. I got them from the 99-cent and more store when I was in California some time ago. And I could have totally used some like of the crafter sticks or those jumbo popsicle sticks. I could totally use those here. But these are already pre-cut and they're there. So I just did that, and then I felt like they were just too white, so I did distress them using some hazelnut paint, and then I'm just going to start assembling her. And so right here, I wanted her to be a little bit different from Lady LB, so I put her wings off to the side. Now, I know she might look a little bit funny here, okay? But once I turn her around, you'll see. She looks really cute. I think she looks adorable. Now, right here, I know in my stash, I have some of this yellow ruffle trim. And for the life of me, I don't know why I picked up the white one, but it didn't show up like I had hoped it would. But in real life, you can see it, okay? But on camera, it's not that visible. But trust me, okay? So I wanted to give her a little ruffle, a little razzle dazzle, you know, because she's sassy like Lady LB. So, you know, they had to match energy here. So I was trying to give her a little razzle dazzle. But it didn't quite work out right. So here, I'm going to just go ahead and go in with some hot glue. I'm not going to use anything heavier right here. I did use some wood glue throughout the video, but on this particular project, I just went with the hot glue for the most part. And, this is where I was like, okay, you can't really see it. So I was trying to bring it to life. So I took another one of those yellow pipe cleaners, folded it in half, and I just put it down the middle of the ruffle. And so then I'm just going right here. I'm going to layer her head on here. And again, it's going to look a little weird from this angle. I'm not sure. It depends on how it shows up on your whatever you're watching this on. When I'm looking at it from the voiceover, it looks a little awkward to me. But then I'm a little awkward. So, you know, we can't really count that. Anyway, back to let's just get back to it. Okay, so right here, I'm just taking and put some little stitches around the wings because I felt like they were just a little too plain. So then I take the little knobs here, which you can definitely use this for a key holder, and I'm going to put those in as her feet. And y'all, she's so stinking cute. I got to tell y'all, she came out so adorable. She did. She really did. And here is Lady LB, or cousin Susie B and Lady LB. All right, and you guys are going to see it all in the final reveal, so stick around, lovies. Don't leave me yet. We're going to jump into project number 2. So right here, I'm using one of these stencils that I got from Essential Stencils, and as you can see, it's just a jar of honey with some bees just buzzing around, and I really like the graphics here. I love the colors of this rub-on transfer. Now, if you guys don't have these type of rub-on transfers, there are alternatives out there. Like I always say, you can order stencils offline. If you can afford the Essential Stencils, definitely do so. I actually had found these when I went to an antique mall, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I found these at an antique mall, and I got them for less than, you know, what you would pay online. So I couldn't pass that deal off. And I think that day I went, I think I got them 40% off or something like that. I just know they were really affordable. So here I just printed out from my Cricut Joy. I did a cutout of Be Kind, and I painted this cutting board in the color Cashapp. And so next, I was like, this looks totally cute, just like this. I could add a piece of string to the back, and that would probably work just fine. But I was like, let's add something extra to it. But I really don't know that it made it pop, but I just wanted something on top of here. So what I decided to do was take some 4 beads that I had sitting off to the side. I used in my previous video from some tassels I had. And so I just decided I'm going to put these on the 4 corners, and I'm just going to string this jute twine through and create a border in that sense. Instead of just gluing it to the wood piece, I'm like, let's raise it up a little bit. And looking at it like on camera, again, you can't really tell, but in person you can see it, and it gave it almost like a little rustic charm to it. I really like this, and at first I was going to tie it off so it could just hang that way, but because I only used hot glue here, I didn't trust it. So I was like, you know what? We're just going to pull this string taut, and we're just going to wrap it all the way around on the top, like where they meet. And you can't really tell that it's a double layer there, but that's what I decided to do. And then I just added a jute twine on the back instead. So right here, I wanted to add some 3D elements to it. So I'm taking one of these burlap flowers. These came from Dollar Tree. They were really popular probably about 2 years ago, and I had a whole stash of them in my stash. So I was like, let's use these too. So then I decided to layer them with some of these beautiful little flower daisies that I picked up from Michael's. Had those in my stash as well. And again, this is just to add some color, some extra texture here, because it was just such a flat surface and I really wanted to make the picture pop without taking it over. So I thought these little embellishments was giving me just that vibe I was looking for. So that's what we did for this one, guys. And we're gonna go ahead and jump into project number 3. Now this one is a little, I think it might be a little bit more elevated. It's simple. It's very simple, but it is a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not bougie, but glam maybe? I don't know. Anyway, I'm taking some of that gold cream paint. I forget who it's by, but I found it at Michael's. It's stenciling paint actually. But I like the gold color of it, so I gave it 2 coats. I gave this cutting board 2 coats of it. I love it. I love it. I know my camera's not doing it justice, but it came out very, very pretty, very smooth in texture. So then I had this bumblebee that I printed or cut out. I always say print, cut out from my Cricut Joy. And I'm going to place that right in the center. Now, what I forgot to do, because I wanted to do Queen Bee. So, you know, we got LB, Lady LB. We got Cousin Susie B. And so then I wanted to do Queen Bee, okay? And I forgot to print out the tiara. So anyway, I kept going. I didn't realize it until when I was doing the final reveal, doing the shots for the final reveal. I was like, that's what you forgot. Because I kept looking at it. And I was like, something is missing. Something is missing, but I just couldn't wrap my hand around it. But anyway, that's what it was. I wanted to do a little tiara or crown or whatever you want to call it on top of the bee. So anyway, I'm taking one of these wood frames from Dollar Tree. I painted that in the color black, as well as these 2 larger tower tumbling blocks. And I'm just going to use that to create some space between the 2. But as you can clearly see there, I did not line that up correctly. You know, she's going a little bit too far to the left, okay? But anyway, it still worked out. It's for me. It doesn't matter. So then I'm going to take 2 more of the tower tumbling blocks to create feet for these. Now, this was a little front heavy, so it kept tilting towards the front. So I was like, let's remedy this by using some of these clothespins. So I'm taking 2 clothespins that I took apart. I didn't paint them just because I'm like, y'all know my rule. Don't be looking at my stuff that close. Don't be looking behind what I got going on back here. That's none of your business. Stay out of my business. Don't look at that, okay? And that way we just created a stand for that, and that kept it balanced. And that's pretty much it for that one. So next up, guys, this is part of the 2 bonus. So this first one, I found this at the thrift store, and I could not pass it up. I think it was $2.99 or $3.99. Either way, I had got 20% off of it that day, and I loved it because it was a little window, a little flower box with a window, and I was just like, that's so cute. I know I could probably make it myself, but the lazy crafter in me was like, why do all that? Because it would take more for me to buy the stuff and recreate this when I could just pay $2.99 and get 20% off. Like, yeah, okay, right. So then I'm taking one of these large wood appliques that came from my good friend Brandy over at the DIY Struggle. I will have her information in my description box below. Go check my girl out because she is doing some amazing things over there with her line, her crafting line. So stay tuned for a video of that I have coming up, showcasing her stuff. But I felt like this would be such a great addition to this piece because this piece could be so versatile, because I'm not doing a lot of gluing here. I think I glued down one thing, but you could switch this out for the season. And again, guys, if you're about that life, you know, and you want to recreate this, you could definitely do this. And it is such a nice piece where you can take it through all the seasons, right? And so right here, I love the sunflowers that came with it. I didn't like the leaves, so I did put those back in with some of the baby's breath. Then I had this little cute bumblebee gnome that was in my stash just hanging out, and I had took it apart. I think it came on a skewer stick or something, but with these leaves or these flowers, they had like these little prongs in them to help to stick them in the floral foam. So I just took one of those off and put that up his little hoo-hoo, and then we put him back into the box. And guys, that is it. Like, I love this. You can switch the colors up, but I went neutral with that cashew paint, and I'm just like, I see fall, I see winter, I see it all, okay? I'm telling y'all, I was on it. I was on it. So then I took one of my little bees, glued them at the top, and that was it for that one, guys. Like, how easy was that? Like, I know that probably wasn't really a craft, but we just revamped that. But anyway, you know, we took the time to do it. We painted it. We added some stuff to it. It's something, okay? Give me some credit. Give me some grace. And here we are with our 17th. Yes, you guys heard me. 17, number 17. Terracotta Teacup. Guys, y'all are wearing me out, but I'm loving it. So somebody had suggested that I do a snow cone. I gotta start, because you know what? I gotta start taking the screenshot of who's asking what, but sometimes it's a lot. But someone had said, oh, we're doing summer now. Try a snow cone one. So, and I'm hearing you guys. I hear the bear. I hear the kitty cats. I hear all of the suggestions, the Highland cow, all of them. I hear them, guys, but give me some grace here. Give me some time, because I do have to think of the concept and how I'm going to bring it all together. So sometimes it's easier when I do things like this one, because this one, as soon as they said snow cone, boom, it just popped in my head. So it's all pretty self-explanatory there. Now, the snow cone piece of the actual snow cone piece, that painting part, I made a big mistake with that red paint, and I tried to cover it up. It just was not happening. And so when I went in with the orange paint, it just kind of blended and made it more of a rust color. But I kept rolling with it because I was starting to pack on just too much paint. So what you see I'm doing here, like you guys see, I put the stripes on there, red and white. Now I'm just going to glue, instead of putting the little saucer on the bottom, I'm going to put it on the top to kind of mimic like a snow cone shape. That's what y'all see I'm doing right there. And I thought this was so cool. Now right here, I know we don't put ruffles on snow cones, y'all. I know that. But me and my brain, this thing up here that's hanging off of my head, my brain, and it's hanging off, y'all. It's hanging on by a thread. Said, May, put a ruffle around here. And that's what I did. And I gotta say, it was kind of cute because it was giving me circus vibes. Then I was like, it's kind of giving me Coney Island vibes. I mean, it was giving me hot dog. It was giving me all the things that you would find at, like, you know, like a boardwalk or something like that. I don't know. The brain was saying do it, so I did it. Then I decided to add in a yellow bow. Oh, it was clowning. It was all clowns. I just feel like I mixed that snow cone and clown together, and this is what I came up with. So once I did that, I just go in with some hot glue to glue down the snow cone part of this, and that's going to be it. Nope, that's a lie. That's not going to be it, because I kept looking at it and I'm like, it's still missing something, May. So I took my little miniature letters, spelled out the words snow cone, but I didn't line it up when I put it on here. Painted that in that spring green color, and I'm just going to put that in like an arch style right in the front. And again, circus vibes were coming. I was seeing clowns, all of that coming out the little mini car. All that was happening right at this moment, and I just couldn't undo it. I just kept going. Like, it was just something in me that was like, you gotta go. You just gotta keep going. And y'all know what I say, when there's nobody here to stop me, I keep going. So that's what I did. And here we are. And I paired it with our nautical theme Terracotta Teacup, guys, because I just thought that was like a cute set together. And I love it. I love them all. I really do. And you guys, if you're still here riding with me, thank you so much. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. You guys have to let me know, as I always ask, if you have a favorite. I want to hear about it. So definitely, if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. And also, guys, know that I love to hear from you guys, so keep the suggestions coming. I know I said I didn't think we would get to 20, but I have a feeling we might get to 20. And I want to hear if you guys had a favorite of today. I enjoyed making each one of these. And look at those two Terracotta Teacups, the bee theme one and the honey pot one. How cool was that? And here is our uncentered queen bee without her queen crown. but she's there. I have time to go back and put one up there. But let me know, guys, how you feel about today's projects. I can't wait to chat with you guys after the video. And don't forget, looky. Here is cousin Susie B. I think she is so adorable. I really do. I wish I could have did more with her little wings, but again, not an artist. And this is just what I came up with, you know, what I had in my stash. So I want to hear from you guys. You know, just let me know. You guys can be honest. Be nice, but be honest. And here they are together. Lady LB and Miss Susie B herself. I think they're just so cute. And then I think I'm going to show you guys. I did those two terracotta teacups, the bee and the honey pot, and then I also had done one, a ladybug one. So I just was like, this is really cute little sets. Now I know you guys have mentioned maybe me doing a giveaway. If I can figure out how I can get these out without breaking, I will definitely consider that, and I will definitely send you guys, we might do a giveaway and do that. But here are all 17 right here for you guys to see. It's gonna go a little fast, but I do like to show them after each and every video for the new subscribers that are here and don't realize that I am doing a terracotta teacup series, and after each during each video I make a different style of terracotta pot. I turn it into a teacup and I give it a theme. So that's for our newcomers. And as always, I want to hear which one is your favorite. I know, broken record, favorite. 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 I want to hear about it. Share your thoughts. Let me know. All right. And like I said, don't forget, I am considering all of the recommendations. It's just a matter of time for me. Okay. So I appreciate your patience, lovies. And until the next video, be safe, be kind, and happy crafting your days away. Hugs and kisses. XOXO. Bye.